Scale of 1 to 10. Confidence level on a variety of quarterbacks. And we're skipping over Trey Lance because, and I still think we need to apply a number to him.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do it.
Where are you with Trey Lance? Because you were texting during the game Thursday night that it was not looking good.
No, and I watched. The first thing I did Friday morning was turn on the film because I got to see it. There's not a lot of natural feel and the ability to see downfield when the pocket collapses, let alone when he throws the ball. I still feel like it's like, oh, I hope it gets there. You know, I mean, wide open guy over the middle, got to go to the ground. My confidence level is like at a 5. It's very low. I don't feel great about it. No, I know Shanahan and that offense can do some things, certainly, and get a game plan to help it out, and it'll make it look better. But if Shanahan can't, the rest of it scares me. It does. So that's where my confidence level is not real high, and that's where I'd say they need to keep Jimmy G, and Jimmy G needs to keep them. It's the best thing for both worlds right now because this guy is not ready, at least from the way it looked this preseason, for primetime. And I feel like, Mike, they're even saying that. I mean, man, Shanahan was literally like, I wish we had more time to give him more reps. And you hear reports from people who watch practice out there. It's not smooth on a daily basis at all, by any accounts at all. So that's where 5, Mike. Sorry to ramble so much there.
He was going to play 2 drives on Thursday night. Shanahan gave him a third and then said, I would have liked to have given him even more than that. That tells you he's concerned that this guy isn't ready to be thrown into the fire as the starter week 1 at Chicago. Speaking of Chicago, Justin Fields had 3 touchdown passes against the Cleveland Browns. Best performance by far of the preseason. What's your 1 to 10 confidence level in him heading into that week 1 showdown against the 49ers?
8.5. I mean, it's up there. I mean, Justin Fields continues to really impress me. Again, I was a guy that questioned his throwing motion and if it was, going to work in the NFL. He's made the proper adjustments. He really has. And as you see with all these throws here, he has great control over the football. He throws nice spirals. Of course, on the run, he throws the ball really well. He can push the ball down the field with ease where you just go, wow, it doesn't even look like he's trying. And he's throwing this ball 30 yards down the field right here. And then his athleticism is real to where when he takes off and run, it's different than Trey Lance, who we just talked about. This guy's got another gear. Justin Fields is a little bit like when he takes off and runs, there's a Lamar factor where you go, or Kyler Murray, or even Michael Vick, where you go, I don't know, is he the fastest guy on the field? So to me, the question was Justin Fields is there enough weapons around him to help him? I like the offense and the new offensive coordinator and Luke Getsy from the Packers. So there's a lot of positives there. It's just about the players around him. But 8.5, Mike, I'm going to say 8.5.
Yeah, see, I can't not drive that number down
I know, because of
the weapons around him. So 8.5 if I felt good about his weapons. But given that it's one-man band for Justin Fields, for the most part, no disrespect to the guys there, but it's not a high-end collection of talent, I'm going to go more like 7.
Okay.
But 7 is higher than I thought it was going to be.
Right. It is. And, one thing I did not love about him coming out is when he threw the ball, his elbow would always go up like this. It still goes up like this, but it's not the first motion anymore. At least it comes through the hand and then gets to that point. And to me, I know I'm being quarterback nerd guy here, but there's a difference in that and how that mechanic plays out, and then the delivery itself and decision-making, really good. I mean, damn, he's had a really good preseason. They should be happy with the way Justin Fields looks, that's for sure.
All right, let's pivot to another second-year quarterback, the 15th overall pick in the 2021 draft, Mac Jones of the New England Patriots. He was 9 for 13 for 71 yards against the Raiders, with one of the ugliest interceptions you will ever see in your life. What is your confidence level, 1 to 10, regarding Michael McCorkle-Jones heading into year 2?
Well, I like the way Mac Jones looks. Popping his arm is more powerful. He's quick as hell moving in the pocket. He ran for a nice first down on a 3rd and 10. He moves okay. This is a little almost like the Justin Fields thing to me to a degree where I go, I actually don't have a whole lot of questions about the player, and I'll probably put it at about an 8 here with Mac Jones too. But So my question is not about the player, but instead of the talent like we talked about with Justin Fields, I still question the system a little bit and the way things look. There isn't a great flow within that offense this preseason. People aren't wide open or coming open like they were when Josh McDaniels was coaching the offense. I see plays where I go, wait, receivers are too close together. Again, that's a big loss for Josh McDaniels. So I'm giving it 8, but I have question marks about the offensive system still. There's no doubt about that.
See, and I have to knock that
do it down. This is good that you're doing it.
It's too much. I got to go 6.5.
Yeah.
Right now, Mac Jones is the one good thing from last year to this year, but I don't know that he's going to be able to overcome whatever is going on around him.
That's fair.
He acknowledged after the game that it's on him to stay at the top of the pocket, step up if need be. Don't put his blockers in a tough spot. He rolled to his right on that interception, and I don't know if we have
He lost it. He kind of got stuck behind a guy, and the linebacker was floating with him this way and then stopped. See, you can almost see it there. But he missed it.
There are 6 Raiders.
I know. Well, he's going to hit it.
Was the needle in a 6-Raider haystack on that throw.
I get it. I watched this closely on film, and you can see the backer right there, right? See, he had an offensive lineman and a defensive lineman kind of in his vision, I think. And I think he thought, wait, as I roll to the right, that linebacker is coming with me, and you can see him in the middle of the field there, and he rolls there, but he stops and puts the brakes on and comes underneath. Now, the other guys, from my assessment on film, Mike, would not have got it. He would have got the completion. But, yeah, hey, every now and then you don't see somebody. That was a bad one. He hit him right in the chest. But, yeah, I'm more concerned about their offense, I think, to your point. I'm glad we're doing this. I'll rank the quarterback, and you can rank it with the offense. It actually makes a little sense here.
And in the preseason, game planning isn't as important.
Right.
In some cases, it's non-existent. But that was a weird kind of a look from the Raiders, and I don't know if that is something that other teams will file away for Mac Jones. It was a 4-man rush.
One
I
guy
saw Cleveland Farrell
drop out. They did a lot of that.
It was ultimately a 3-man rush. They gave him plenty of time to set up and throw, and they chose to go ahead. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. We're eventually going to flood the lane, and you're not going to find an open guy, and the pocket's going to collapse at some point. But
they did a lot in that game, Mike. For some reason, they did a lot of it. Yeah.
Well, they potentially are going to be competing, those two teams, for a wild card berth.
No doubt.
You can't just think about your division. You have to think about the other teams that aren't going to win their division. And Josh McDaniels and the Raiders could be head-to-head with the Patriots for spot 6 or 7 in that AFC playoff field. All right, the last one. Tua, Miami Dolphins quarterback, had a big play on Saturday night, although it would have been a bigger play if the ball had been delivered on target, and he admitted it himself after the game. Great throw and catch, better catch than throw, 51 yards to start the game. All things considered, here it is, a little play action, had to turn his back to the defense, reconfigured, pulled him inside, didn't hit him in stride, but still a 51-yard gain. Where are you 1-10 with Tua as the regular season approaches?
Well, it's a good start, again, and it really is. They're a talented football team. They're one of the most talented rosters in football. I think I look at the Dolphins and go, top 5, top 6 talent roster in the game. I still am not going to sit here and go, oh, I'm just absolutely sold. I mean, again, I like it, but I'm going to give it like a 6.5 maybe. I'm going to say 6.5 because of, I think some of that's game plan plays, the boots, people wide open. I know he can do that. I'm not worried about that. It's not that. It's again, when I'm playing when I'm not playing second and third stringers on Philadelphia and I'm playing the starters and where the pocket's collapsing, can I throw the ball 15-yard out route, into a tight window with those are the things I want to see more. And he really wasn't put in that situation. So that's where, again, it looked good. It's a good start. Everything's positive, but I'm not as sold with the way that looks as compared to Fields or Mac Jones. I have more confidence in their real ability than Tua at this point. I'm sorry.
And with Fields, it was the lack of help around him. With Jones, it was the lingering questions about the coaching transition, which knocked both those guys down in my eyes. I'm going to pump Tua up above your 6.5 because of the skill position players around him and because of Mike McDaniel, because McDaniel's going to keep that rush on its toes. He's going to keep those guys honest.
He might.
Because
You're
you're
right.
going to have the jet sweeps and the bubble screens, and they're going to be chasing Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle all over the place. And then you throw in Chase Edmonds and Raheem Mostert. I think McDaniel's going to have some genius-level game plans that will allow Tua to thrive without having to make that big throw
you might be
in
right,
the big
Mike.
spot
I
when
know.
the walls are closing in on.
I think that's the thing to look for. If they can continue to have, the window dressing and the illusion of complexity and dressing plays up, then yes, he can wheel and deal and do all that. And certainly, and they have talent. We know that. So that's going to be the big thing. It's just, yes, how many tricks can McDaniel have? How creative is he going to be? I want to see it too. Because we know Shanahan's kind of the magic man in San Francisco. How much did he bring with him where he's got his own magic here to help Tua out?
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.